G'day gang, Dan here, how you going? We're back in the Final Fantasy XIV patch 2.3. Defenders of Eorzea. Minfilia, let's have a chat. Minfilia's thoughts keep returning to the fate of the students of Baldesion. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianja will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would just speak of a different matter, one close to home. It concerns aetheric fluctuations, which we had previously attributed to good King Mogul the Mog 12. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the Twelveswood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing aetheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and would have you... Acelia, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Uldar, this time are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present they are in the seventh heaven, awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet them at once. Acelia, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate any more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread, and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Dan, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you! We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know naught of your situation. Oh, beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Uldar for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what got took. They say there's work, but there's naught for an honest man, naught as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where. And then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've got nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Tataru? Is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Uldar, my lady. Alphinaud has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. Then, they went wild. apparently lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right, why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 L's. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please. If you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady? We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphen out and quickly. If he is in danger or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalima will see to it. Alphen out is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Dan!
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers, while more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Alpha now wishes to investigate the circumstances surrounding the riot. As I told you before, It was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur, given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Well, have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Roban has to say upon the matter. Now is not a good time, Private Dan. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphanaud, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured cities soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnable elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between Ul'dan citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the domans have been turned away, but would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Well, very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion and now order must be restored. This is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the Monetarius would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Dan. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? You look as though you have something to say, Private Dan. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one with ties to the flames, may be, well, better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. Leofric. A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zatawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Oh, never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. Zazawaka? And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that. Like the merchant who passed through recently, gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. And got a guy at the back, Zazawaka. Zazawaka, why didn't I call myself Zazawaka? That's a brilliant name. Genius move. Ah, don't hurt me, I'm not one of them. Wait, I know your face. Are you not the man from the Church of Saint Adama Landama? 1,000 pardons, my friend. I mistook you for one of the thugs who have been tormenting us. If Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent, and you will understand why. Even now, he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I have no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. Well, what are you doing? Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Why didn't you run from me? With me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why? Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Oh, we need to soothe him. Huh? Who are you? Oh, what do you want? Aye, it's true, I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us up into 2 groups, sent us off on our own, but when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and then the flames were shouting, give no quarter, and... oh God, it's the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. The terrified refugee would have you find his brethren and convince them to lay down their arms. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even ordain to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody cell swords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though, if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Alright, so he would like us to beat him up, essentially. Beat him about the head. Gotcha. Alright, search the caves of Lost Hope. This looks like the place. Into the clutch. A bunch of level 10 Fs. I don't think they're gonna bother with us. Oh, I see some dudes on rocks. Seven hells, they've found us! Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point! So what's your game, is it? Huh? That's your game? Well, sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Oh, we got armed refugees here. Two of them. One's down. That's two down, but they're still keen. Alright, that's four of yous. You want more, okay. Shield wrapping swordsman. Alright, that's gotta be it. You guys learnt your lesson? Yep, I hope so. Speak with a desperate refugee. You beat him like it was nothing. Oh, almighty. What are we gonna do now? Oh, hopefully they've given it up. Let's go back to the terrified refugee and have a chat with him. You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What are the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better than a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was all over? Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. The terrified refugee would have you find the shady figure who is trying to stir dissent among his brethren. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Reap the whirlwind. Alright, let's do that. So we need to get ourselves over here. Looks like we're going to have to travel, so let's do that. Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Uldar. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for a merchant. I'm actually looking for someone stirring up trouble. No, I'm looking for a merchant. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Well now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? You, Oh yeah, you better run. He's getting away. Go get him, mister. Ah, there you are, fella. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition, treason, revolution. That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Uldar. Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations? None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. Well, for the sake of the argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I have Kirken's ass about politics? It was business, only business. We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Oh! What's all this commotion? 7 hells! Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close.